Cool. Good job. See ya. Hurry up. Good job. Right on. Hurry up. See ya. Hurry up. Hey, go. Good job. Go. Good job. Hey, go.
Hello guys and welcome to the STPL. My name is Kix. You're once again joining me from like the kind of STPL studio that I've set up. I decided to do the VR thing again today. I know a lot of people hate it, but whatever, because it's cool. I need to get a better setup though so I can actually see what's going on my screen. But basically what we're going into today is going to be a money match between Red and pSi. You can see the doodle above me. I think it's to the top left of me. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way, but that has been set up. We're back in with their main logo, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very, very happy about that. But basically, to give a little bit of context to these money matches, there was 10% of the prize pool from the previous tournament went towards an admin fee. Because we are going to be having quite a big break between Season 4 and 5, I thought, why don't we use that money, put it back in some matches, let's get some money to the teams who maybe don't have as high of a chance of winning money in the main season, and then we can see some different maps each week. We can see some different things as well. The next match has been set up as well. That's going to be DM versus Ash. That should be either played this Sunday or the Sunday after, so we could have another good match on the way. But essentially, we're here for pSi versus Red. We've got some pretty good lineups today. We've got some pretty good maps as well. Probably the most standard map pool that I have made in a very, very long time. I don't know if I necessarily feel comfortable doing this, but I know a lot of people hated the fact that Season 4 had brand new maps and nothing but brand new maps, basically. So I thought, why not put some ladder maps in for like the first time ever? So we've got Proleague and Shakuras Temple coming up as well. So let's head on over to introduce both of our teams, and then from there we can get into it. So let's not waste any more time. So here we have it. Okay, this is something I've not had to deal with for a while, but hopefully that pops up. There we go. So we've got PSiStorm.eu as our first team. Now, unfortunately, throughout the season, they didn't do very well. They didn't win a single match, but they came close a couple of times. But that was, of course, Season 4. They've only won 6 matches in their STPL career, and they've actually gone 0-5 against Red, which, while it isn't the best results, the matchups between them are usually pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how that's going to go this time, to see if it's going to make any difference with like a new kind of, not really a new lineup, I guess, from PSiStorm, but they've had some time to sort of get ready. They're playing on some maps that are kind of not as confusing, not as weird, I guess, as some of the other maps we had in Season 4. I know there was a lot of players who kind of struggled a little bit getting used to everything, getting used to all the new maps and whatever. Incomplete showing up in chat. I've not seen you for a very long time. Hopefully everything's going okay with your family and everything. I don't think I've seen you since pre-lockdown, so it's been a while. But basically, PSiStorm with a pretty strong roster here. Kiko, Michael, mitak, and MuKJa actually putting in 2 of their Terrans, which is kind of cool. Looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. And then their opponents, it's the Protoss team. It's Red. We've got one Protoss who is going to be playing Zerg, though, this game. Oh, he is Zerg mainly, but he plays PV or ZVP. But he has a PV or ZVT, so we're going to see Eriador's Terran versus Zerg. Should be pretty good. We've got fischei, rOuta, MasterReY, aka Horotos, not LML, and Eriador. So that should be a lot of fun. Let's have a look at the matchups we're going to have. So we're going to have a TvP to start us off, Kiko versus fischei. We're going to go into a PvP because, of course, we can't have a day of the STPL without PvP. We're going to have a ZVP between mitak and MasterReY. That's going on Holy World. So hopefully, we're going to have like an infested command center, but not really too sure. I guess we'll see how long the game goes on. I think we would have been more likely to see it if Eriador was on that map, but still. Plenty of time. We're also going to have a TVZ between MuKJa and Eriador to finish off on Medusa. And then, of course, if we do make it to the ace match, we will be heading on to Polypoid. That should be pretty good as well. So, as I mentioned, fairly standard map pool here. Shakuras Temple, Blue Storm, Holy World SE, Neo Medusa, and Polypoid. The weirdest map is without a doubt Holy World SE, but all of these maps, apart from Shakuras and Polypoid, which are current ladder maps, have been in the STPL before. So actually, Neo Medusa hasn't. I was going to put Neo Medusa in Season 4, but I didn't in the end. So we may see that in Season 5. It is one of my favourite maps. But let's have a look at the players we've got here. Kiko with the very nice Super League inspired photo here. I got asked to use a different one, and I didn't because I like this picture so much. I love how blurry it is. It's just so good. But yeah, Kiko coming out here, showing his stuff and his football skills. I'm not really sure how good he is at football in real life, but he's definitely playing it there. He hasn't won many of his games so far. TvP, definitely one of his weakest matchups. He has lost 5 of those, but he's been up against some really good players throughout the history of STPL. So Kiko's the one in the red, he's not in the blue. It would be funnier if he was on the one in the blue, though. That would be incredible. Just like a blurry picture of some guy stood in the background. That would be brilliant. But his opponent coming out here, fighting for red. No picture for fischei, but it is going to be fischei here from Germany. So pretty cool to see him out here again. He's done pretty well against Terran, 50-50 over 4 games. He's not played too many TV or PvTs because I think most of his games are PvPs, but it's not the fischei from back in the day. It's a fan of fischei, I think, but they are both German, so that's how it's going to go. Let's have a look at the map itself. I'm hoping this doesn't break. It didn't break. That's good. Spawns are null. I forgot to set the spawns, but you guys should know where they are. Oh, Josh, that's a really nice joke. Why is he just in chat? Said maybe you should use a picture he likes or he might join a breakaway league. Oh, that's pretty good. Topical. I like it. Oh my god. Is I seriously not going to cut that? Thank you for the sub, James. Thank you. How is this so long? Oh my god. Okay, I need to remember to open up Streamlabs next time. This is really good. I told that to not read out spam, but I guess it doesn't matter. But thank you for the sub anyway. That's probably the best use of that I've seen in a while. I think someone posted like an essay in there once. It was really bad. Oh, apparently only I heard it. That makes it even worse. So I had to hear it saying grass and lemon over and over again, and you guys didn't hear it at all. What the fuck? That's not fair. No, I didn't. I was like, did I somehow like block it? But yeah, I just heard it saying grass and lemon over and over again. It was like grass and lemon, grass and lemon, grass and lemon. But either way, it's Shakuras Temple. Let's get into it. It's game number 1. It's a PvT. And it's Kiko versus fischei. Oh, you know what's happening, don't you? All of my menus aren't going to appear because they've not appeared properly yet. Hopefully, that is now working. It's been a while since I've streamed, guys, so do give me the benefit of the doubt. I have actually not streamed in about 2 or 3 months, which is kind of crazy. No, wait. The finals were last month, right? I'm not too sure, but starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner, it is going to be in the red fighting pSi without his clan tag. It's Kiko. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand corner, fighting in the blue or red. That's not going to be confusing at all. It's fischei. Also, they didn't host on top versus bottom. So as much as I don't like this dark blue color on this map, we're stuck with it. You can blame the players, this is why we have the rule in the main season. I'm gonna test something. If I play this Do you guys hear it?
Easily amused, huh?
Grassin lemon 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 grassin lemon
Oh my god. How do I stop it?
grassin lemon
Oh my god, I don't know how to stop it. I don't know if you guys heard it. But yeah, I started it. Why is it gone silent? I was trying to figure out how to make it stop. But let's go back to the game before someone complains. We're going to have a very quick 12 Nexus coming in from fischei. Now, there is some builds you can do as Terran, which will counteract that if you go for a fast factory. Build a ton of Marines and push with Marines and Vultures. You can actually punish a 12 Nex even in cross position. But he is going to be going for a bunker expand, so there we go. And I'm gonna try this. Okay. It's not saying grass and lemon anymore, so we're all good now. We've stopped the grass and lemon spam. I'm never gonna do that one again. Yeah, looks like I need to mess with my settings for that, but there we go. We've actually got a bunker coming up here now. This is out of fischei's vision. I don't know if he saw the SCV. No, it looks like the SCV is just out of this, but this will give him vision when this finishes, so he does know that there's now a bunker. We have a lot of SCVs coming across here. This could be a very, very fast game, as depending on how this goes, this could be a victory right here, right now. Probes have been pulled to the natural. There is a Zealot attacking the bunker, and so probes are coming out here to try and intercept the Marine, but if the Marine can get in the bunker, this is going to be a good situation. Now, he's got a lot of SCVs coming here. He does have the mineral walked into the opponent's base, so he is going to be able to get on top of the bunker. Probes are going down, and with only 2 Zealots here, that is not going to be enough to take down this bunker. Nice movement on the SCVs here, going to be able to stop these Zealots from getting out and across the map. That is not where you want them to go, but some SCVs are going to be taken down, but the bunker is still firing at the Nexus here. SCVs pulling away, trying to chase the Zealot. But we're not gonna see too much here, but more SCVs are coming actually, and more Marines, so Kiko is kind of going all in here to make sure he kills the Nexus. Now, one thing you can do is actually build a bunker in your opponent's main and push up behind this. The Dragoons are not ready. Well, it looks like this Zealot in the middle of the map trying to get this Marine. Nice micro from Kiko to try and keep this alive, and he does manage it. Nice dancing. That is going to keep him alive here, but the first Dragoon's going to come out, and this will put an end to the initial rush. Although he can actually push up onto the high ground here and go in for the kill if he wants to. He's got a lot of SCVs here, but it does look like he's just going to turn away and go home. But that's pretty sick here. We've got another bunker coming up a little bit closer to the ramp, going to make it harder for these Dragoons to come down. This isn't something you would normally do in this situation. It's a little bit over the top. We still don't have any gas from Kiko, which is the problem. Because usually when you get the Nexus, you're incredibly far ahead because your factories are on the way. But the problem is, where he wasn't, like, if you're not going to go for a super all-in, you need the gas sooner. Because right now, his tech is behind. And when your tech is behind as Terran, you are in a lot of trouble. Because you are going to be facing Reavers, DTs, whatever's coming your way. And you will have very, very few factory units. And all of your Marines are, of course, over the other side of the map. So we definitely need to see him either get the second gas a little bit quicker to try and catch up in this factory count here. And I've just realized Radley said that he wasn't going to nuke until the Dodal was freed. Well, the Dodal is free, and Ash are playing in the next show match, so Radley better be playing. Otherwise, I'm going to be very, very, very mad. We need to see the nukes. He needs to keep his side of the bargain. I kept mine. I freed the Dodal. You guys kept yours. You got us to the 2,000 prize pool goal, so that was good. And I do need to secure funding for Season 5 from Esport Fund, but Rustbrain has spoken to me about it, so I need to double check with him. But Season 5 will likely be later in the year, kind of September time, kind of when we started Season 4. There's kind of no point starting before summer because everyone's going to disappear over the summer months, and it just makes it very difficult to be able to kind of arrange stuff as the team. So, right, the Marines need to get in the other bunker. Does lose one of the Marines, but still going to be annoying. Just wastes a bunch of the Protoss time here, but look at this. The first factory is not done. There's no tank. What happens when all of these Dragoons break out of this bunker? Because they're going to break out here, and there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. You cannot repair through this number of Dragoons. He's doing his best here to try and keep it alive as long as possible. But all of a sudden, there is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dragoons. There's 2 more Dragoons on the way. Okay, there's not. He is going into a support bay though, so there's going to be a Reaver. And there's absolutely nothing back home to defend. You can go for a bunker, you can go for Marines. But realistically, that is not going to help you in the long term. You need a tank, you need siege mode, and that is something he just does not have. And this dates back to just not building his gas. Now if you pull 1,000,000 SCVs, you can hold this for as long as you want. But the SCVs are vulnerable, the SCVs can be picked off one by one. And look how much money this is going to be costing Kiko to repair this. It takes so much. And it's so hard to hold on, because every time your SCVs have to go to the other side of the... Oh my god, how the hell did that bunker... Or how the hell did the Dragoon die? Oh, this one could die as well. He's wasting so many SCVs to do this. The Dragoons ran up to the bunker for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but took a little bit more damage. And it looks like Kiko's going to be able to hold this now, thanks to that miss micro there by fischei. And that tank's going to get a Dragoon. It's going to focus fire this... There we go. A load of Dragoons have already gone down here. The Nexus is not even finished just yet. Yeah, Kiko just about managed to hold there. And I would actually put him ahead now, like by quite a margin. The supplies are obviously very similar, and the tanks were very late, so his unit count is going to be low. But he's up 12 workers. He's not up in tech, but as long as he can defend against the incoming Reaver, he should be in a good spot. But it's going to be difficult. He only has 2 tanks and 4 Marines to his name. The rest of his supply is entirely in SCVs, and SCVs can't really fight Reavers, let's be honest. Oh, only 2 SCVs go down there, but another big Scarab could be going off here. Looks like he's gonna... Oh, he gets away, duds the Scarab. Nicely done. Only losing 3 SCVs so far. A tank in the main base needs to go back and help defend this. The SCVs are pulling away, leaving a few SCVs there to hold on. Obviously, if the tanks come back here to defend, it gives the Dragoons a chance to go in, but he didn't reinforce his front lines. Now there is an academy, there is no scanners just yet, and there's no engineering bay, so... Oh, sorry, there is an engineering bay, just flew it away. But we do have some turrets coming in. If this was DTs, it would be game over. Nice turret, a nice tank positioning here, I really, really like this. Gets a hit on that Reaver before it flies away. Now let's see what we have back in fischei's base. 3 gateways now, observers on the way. That's going to help him against the minefields that will eventually be coming in here. Reaver attacking the bunker, just kind of being annoying, taking out some more SCVs. And by doing this, what he's done is he's essentially evened up the worker supply count. And now fischei is actually going to be the one in the lead, because Kiko is forced to build more turrets. His SCV... saturation at his main is not in the best position. This is a very risky mine. I do not like this mine. I have lost so many SCVs to mines like that one, and I definitely wouldn't trust that, but the shuttle getting ready to come into the main, speed coming in on that shuttle as well. 4th gateway coming up here, and a citadel. So fischei going to be heading into 3 base, Arbor taking him most likely. But with speed kicking in, he's getting ready to go into the main base here. Can he get the money shot with the mine? Looks like the Reaver and the Dragoon going to try and clear up some of these units. Reaver going to attack the tank here. The tank not pulled back, which means it takes a little bit of extra damage. Mine coming in, killing the Dragoon. But the Dragoon does kill the tank before he can get away. So another big win there for fischei. Lucky Noob with his anti-Terran propaganda in the chat once again. Would it really be a Zerg if they weren't complaining about Terran? Zach in the chat says mine in mineral line causes tragic. I'm just gonna say mine in mineral line causes clips. That's what it is. It generates content. Everyone loves a mine in a mineral line. Okay, so we have fischei taking a position in the middle of the map here. Probe getting ready to go and take a 4th base up here in the right-hand side. The 3rd base is up already. It is, of course, a gas base on this map, but it is lower than a normal map. You know what else generates content? What I've noticed recently? Toaster's getting angry, man. Like, there are now 2 clip channels on YouTube of his videos of him getting angry. I don't even think he runs either of them, but it's just people uploading clips of him just getting angry over and over again. Like, I'm very, very confused how he's managed to do that. But there we go. Looks like we are going to have the Reaver coming in. Does get caught off guard by the turret a little bit. Does need to be careful, because if he loses this shuttle... Well, there we go. That did not go well. Apparently one channel is automated. Can you even make automated channels in YouTube? I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, I must admit I've seen a lot of like 1 minute to 30-second clips recently about Tosis just getting angry at stuff on his channel. And it is interesting. We've got a lot of gateways coming in here. Vultures finally starting to head out on the map, and this is one thing that I think we don't maybe see enough of in someone like Artosis' TvP, where when you look at the best TvP players in the world, I guess there's 2 kinds, right? You have the flash style and you have the fancy style. Now, Sorry and JYJ at the moment are killing it, and their style revolves around a lot of vultures moving out the map. He gets a lot of mines placed down, and he forces the Protoss, or they both force the Protoss, to be the ones into reacting. When you sit back on your 3 bases as Terran, it's a very strong move to get to 2-1 and push. But when you go out with a push like this, you can really catch the Protoss player off guard, because this is basically nothing but tanks. But because of the way he drew the Dragoons out of position, he could attack part of the opposing team's forces and then come back. Obviously, this is when things start to become a problem. This could be a big blind drag. Oh no! He's moving his tanks on top of them! Oh, that was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. There we go. But looks like the tanks are going to get taken down here, I would say. Although tanks out of siege mode do quite a lot of damage. Even against vultures, against zealots even. Looks like the tanks in siege have gone down, but does manage to clean up the army. No upgrade, oh sorry, +1 is done for the Terran, but that's it. Now this is a very, very strong position to take on this map. If you ever used to watch games on Return of the King, which you may have done, if you're watching STPL Season 1, if you get a position over your opponent's 3rd base, which blocks the path to their natural as well, if you can get here and siege up, and get siege tanks here as well, you are in a very, very good spot. Nice usage of mines though so far. We've got a probe down here at the 6 o'clock base. Looks like he never actually took the 9 o'clock base or the 3 o'clock base here, but looks like we do have vultures taking down some of the probes. Probes in the 3rd base have been taken down. Reaver getting a big scarab on the tanks, although actually fired 2 scarabs at once, but nice mine drags from the zealots, going to help clean this up. And there's not actually enough reinforcing this for Kiko, so oh my god, the SCV. The SCV killed this is a hero. This guy is going back to Terra. A very, very happy man. He's going to live a very, like, prosperous retirement. Look at him go. He is everyone's hero right now. Vulture still in the natural killing probes here. But we've got tanks coming back here. Now, if you could have had tanks up here as well, that break wouldn't have worked. But now we could have a little bit of trouble here for Kiko, as fischei is going to be able to get out of his base. And he is going to be able to come in from a better angle on the high ground. Vulture's taking out the Zealots very, very quickly here. Mines at the front, lots of them stacked up. That Zealot just ate like 7 mines and didn't die. It took this lucky tank to be able to get that kill. But no third base just yet for Kiko. This is 5 fact. He is pushing over and over again. The command center's coming in, but it's going to be a little bit before he comes in. But Kiko is definitely playing this, my favorite Terran versus Protoss style. You just go balls to the wall aggression. You keep pushing, you lay mines everywhere, and you stop the Protoss from ever being able to outgrow you. And it's definitely kind of popularized back by Fancy in like 2009, 2010. Really being shown to great effect by players like Sorry and JYJ. Unsurprisingly, both of those players were on SKT, which is why I love them so much. Sorry is also known as Royal now. But there we go. Vultures laying mines for defense, but no tanks back at home, meaning this third base is going to... Oh, the mine! That was so good. That is why mines are good. If Protoss players don't pay attention, they get punished. And I love the fact he's bought SCVs up here with this still. I know they're the same SCVs from before, but just the ability to build turrets with your push is so impeccable. It's so, so good. And it looks like fischei might be checkmated here. We've got mines going once again on these Dragoons. Mines doing so much damage to fischei's army here. Support the STPL on MasterReY by entering that code in the chat, and you can add 50 cents to the prize pool completely free. And yeah, the hero SCV is going to get the kill on the Nexus as well. He just killed a pylon. This man, send him home. He's got to go home safe. He can't die now. Probes transferring to the new third base, but tanks getting ready on the high ground. Going to block the only exit out of the pylon wall here, and more units heading on over the map. We've got 2 attack done. +3 attack is already on the way. Not even going for +1 armor unless there's an armory down here. No armory down there, so just 2 attack, +3 attack. Looks like we've got more units pushing back here. Only a single tank back to defend. But does it matter? That is the question. All the probes going down in the natural here. A lot of them sort of moving over to get towards the assimilator, but... Oh, he didn't kill the pylon apparently. Okay, well, he helped. He's still going home a hero. Now, there is this base up here. It is defended by the pylon wall. There was actually a little bit of an engagement on that pylon when it was building. Possibly some vultures here, and that's actually going to allow them to get into the base, because they'll be able to kill this very, very quickly. Looks like Dragoons trying to come down from the high ground onto the low ground. This SCV, unfortunately, is going to die, unless we can see him forced out of the game before then. The units back, or didn't actually go to deal with that back at home. The vultures never actually went in, so they're waiting for more to get up here, but... Oh no, the SCV... Oh, he died. He died a war hero. Give that man a purple heart, or whatever the one you get when you die is. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about military history, so I think it's a purple heart though when you die heroically in battle or whatever it is. I don't know. Either way, vultures laying some more mines, just making it really annoying. Another Dragoon going down to mines there. And I think this could be the nail in the coffin here for fischei. Unfortunately, he couldn't bring his men home, but he is going to be able to get into a position here on the Nexus. I wouldn't mind seeing an EMP on this as well, just to add insult to injury. And then a nuke, of course, but I don't think we're going to have a nuke in this game. But the third base up and powerful. Tanks on the high ground here. Mines. Double D-Matrix. Going to make this so, so annoying for fischei to clean up. Mines being laid down. Even a D-Matrix on the mine would be good, but... there's just too much Terran, not enough Protoss. The Dragoons waddling up to the tanks and waddling back. Oh, he does bring a mine here, but it doesn't kill the tanks because of the D-Matrix. And this has got to be checkmate. It's got to be game over. And that is definitely what we want to see here as a Terran player, but maybe not as a Protoss player. fischei definitely going to be feeling the pain of this game. But maybe Shakuras Plateau is a pretty good map after all. Although I never really hated this map. I always liked the fact it looked like Return of the King. Another D-Matrix. How did he generate... Oh, this is a different vessel. I was like, how did he generate another 100 energy? Yeah, D-Matrix absorbs a certain amount of damage, but it does take it off the hull as well. So if you D-Matrix a low health unit, it can still die. I'm not sure exactly how the calculation works, but GG, fischei taps out. Kiko wins game number 1. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for game number 2. Starting us off here for pSi is going to be Michael, our Protoss player. He streams a lot on Twitch under the username BG_Michael, I think, or Michael_BG. Michael_BG, not really sure what it is, but either way, Michael, pretty good player. He's not done as well as maybe some of the other players in the STPL, but he's played a lot of games. He's played 12 so far, no, 11 so far, I can't count. Really difficult to count to 11, guys. Please forgive me. But yeah, that's going to be a 4-game... But what is this? It's a PvP, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's a PvP. So he's played against 4 Protoss players. He's won 25% of them. Not a big sample size, so we're not going to go too much into it. His opponent going to be the Finnish hero, rOuta. rOuta is kind of the player that... I think if you're part of the Foreign Brood War Discord, you will know him very well. He is very vocal. He did actually run his own tournament at one point called rOuta's Weird Map League, which was really fun to play in. Actually didn't do too badly in that, which was kind of cool. And then Tai2 knocked me out when I got to like the playoff side. But there we go. That was a fun tournament. He loves his weird maps as well, so he's always kind of enjoyed taking part in the STPL when he has done. He's not really played too many games in the STPL overall. And he actually has lost all of his PvPs, but when you look at the players he's played against, there's no surprise. Like, kind of played up against some really good ones. Hopefully he'll get his revenge and get his first win here today. Let's have a look at the map we're going into. It is going to be Blue Storm. I would argue, I know a lot of people will not say this, but I would argue this is one of the most standard maps of all time. Now, the reason why I say that is because of how easy it is to defend on this map. If ZVP, I'd say it's a little bit weird because it's kind of hard to wall your natural in, but you can still wall in. It's not the end of the world, but the amount of long games on this map is pretty damn high. Like, on this map, if you get past the stage where you get a third base, the game is almost guaranteed to go super late because it's so hard to push through the middle. Early game, it can be a little bit difficult for both Protoss, Terran, and Zerg to defend due to the kind of a little cubby hole that takes you into the natural, but I reckon if I was to put this in the main season, we would have a lot of 40, 45-minute games on this map, and this is one of the maps very well known for the the stalemate that happened between Jangbi and Flash on this map, where it was Jangbi with like 1 million carriers against Flash with like 1 million turrets in the middle of the map and Goliaths, and he flew all of his buildings over his turrets so Jangbi couldn't target anything, and they both agreed to just stalemate because if either player attacked into the other one, they would lose. So it was essentially neither player could do anything. Let's get into it. It's game number 2 even. It's Michael versus rOuta, and it's here on Blue Storm. Okay, standing us down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have, in the orange, fighting for red, is rOuta. And his opponent spawning up here in the magenta, fighting for pSi. It's Michael. I've just realised I've got the game audio on, there we go. Okay, so I do wonder if we're going to have both players go for very similar builds here, if it's going to be mirror build versus mirror build. PvP in the STPL, I must admit, I used to hate PvP, but I have come to like it a lot more, especially over the last like 4 years. Like, the only players I would watch PvP in, like, 2009, 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012 were the people who were, like, in SK Telecom. And I would watch it because I was supporting SK Telecom and I was supporting those players. Anyone else, you couldn't pay me to watch PvP. Now, over the years, like, I started seeing more of them, and then the STPL is, showed me a lot of PvPs, and I've come to really appreciate it, because PvP, as much as it can look the same early game, if you get to like mid or late game PvP, it is really, really fun. There are so much going on everywhere, like speed shuttles flying around everywhere, DTs running around everywhere, high Templar drops, Reaver drops. No player can really attack into each other. You can get Dark Archons, you can get carriers when you go super late. It's crazy. Yeah, ZVZ, I'm going to say, without a doubt, is by far the worst matchup in the game. Hamilcar, I agree with you entirely. I know Lucky Noob is like, oh, Lucky Noob is so angry right now. He's like frothing. He's like, oh, I can't take it. He can't say that ZVZ is bad when TBT exists. Or PvP, I know a lot of Zerg players are like that, but ZVZ, honestly, like, unless you want to watch the same game every single time, like, because that's what ZVZ is, right? Every game is essentially the exact same every single time. There's like a few builds you can do, but they all lead to the same place. There is like some intricacies of like, oh, I get one MuKJa faster than my opponent, and then I have like a very specific, whoa, this probe was doing a weird moonwalk, but nice use of Michael's Zealot here in the gap, blocking the attack coming in from rOuta. Yeah, like every ZVZ ends in exactly the same way. It ends either someone dies to a Ling All In, or it gets to like mid-game and then one person wins one engagement with Mutalisks and the game ends, right? That's the problem. There's no back and forth in ZVZ. There can be, but they are very, very rare situations. But looks like rOuta has actually pushed through. He does get 3 Zealots into his opponent's main base, which means he is going to be in a good position to do a little bit of damage here. Yeah, wake me up when they start using Queens with Ensnare or like Defilers with Plague in ZVZ. Then I'll be interested. Yeah, okay, so short TVTs kind of suck as well, because they all look the same. But, like, after, like, 10 minutes, TVT gets interesting. Lucky Noob saying we had a game with Ultras in Dark Swarm, but why would you go Ultras in ZVZ? Like, it just seems pointless. Like, that seems terrible. Well, what good do Ultras do you? Yeah, you can put Swarm on them, but then they can't attack anything other than what's in the Swarm because they'll die to the Mutalisks. Surely, like, the ultimate late game comp is just Devourers with Mutalisks and Plague, right? Yeah, like a good TBT with 2 players who are like evenly matched, and you have tank lines splitting the map in the middle, dropships going everywhere in the build up to like the fight over the final remaining gas base. Oh, give me that any day. That is the best matchup without a doubt for me. I'll go back. We're gonna see Neo Medusa soon, but I'll go back to season 3 and say we had Moonglaive. One of the best Brood War games of all time is Flash vs Firebat Hero on Moonglaive. It's an hour and 5-minute long TVT, and they are both fighting over the final remaining base with minerals at it. And gas. It is so, so good. And late game PvPs are sick as well. The other thing I've never understood as well is in ZVZ, if you go past like the early mid game, why don't you just get Burrow? Right? If you Burrow, they can't kill any of your drones. Is that just me being silly? Like, is that wrong? Yeah, late game everything can be great, but like, I don't know. But here we go, looks like rOuta going to come in from the high ground. He is up against the opponent who was trying to expand first, but there are going to be some cannons here, which will help him defend against this. Rast is coming out saying late game TVT is the worst. Rast, that's you banned, man. Sorry, man. I gotta kick you. It's done. It's over. What are you talking about, guy in the chat? You don't know anything. How could you say the TBT late game is the worst matchup? You don't know. I don't know what the hell that accent was supposed to be. That was terrible. We got Templar Archives and Robo coming up at the same time for rOuta, so he is going to be going for some Templar drops most likely. Going in for a Forge as well. That's going to allow him to catch up with his opponent's upgrades, but he hasn't actually done any upgrades just yet, saving his money. But Grass, the 10 minutes of siege lines watching each other is part of the fun, because it's then about how do you break the siege lines, how do you find your way through, like how do you make an opening, and then you get ghosts. Oh dear, this could not be good for rOuta. There's actually a DT running through the middle of the map. There is a Zealot here which will stop this coming in. A cannon is coming up as well, and that is going to be the saving grace here against these DTs, but rOuta needs to find out. But yeah, late game TVT is literally the only matchup where every single bit of buildable land matters. You have so many minerals, you build turrets everywhere, and like even a small little bit of land that can jut out, you can put a tank on. right? And then you're in a good spot. Oh my god, the DT's getting it past it. Oh no, the DT gets in the main base. The cannon is not yet done. The probe's actually getting stuck on the... Oh, we've got DT versus DT here. Looks like... Oh, is the DT getting on top of the cannon? If he gets on top of the cannon, it's pretty much game over. rOuta is not ready. The cannon is gonna go down most likely, but he's got his probes in position. The cannon doesn't finish in time. Cannot kill the Dark Templar here. And now all of the probes, including the Nexus, are in trouble until the first observer is done. It's not critical damage just yet, but things are definitely not looking good for our Finnish hero here. But the second cannon should be able to protect his other probe line. Oh, the DT got caught off guard there. He could have killed many, many probes. Now, here we go. Looks like we are going to have... Oh, he's going to drop 2 DTs in, but they're going to get taken down by the cannon immediately. Wait, how much range did that cannon just have? Oh my god, he has over-defended against DTs here, but guess what? He's not going to lose any probes. He is going to keep his insane advantage. And he's already got High Templars ready and waiting to build Storm, whereas rOuta does not have anything of the sort. He's down in gateways, down in, well, not down in bases, but down in workers. And rOuta definitely looking in a pretty good spot. Michael looking in a very, very good spot this game. Yeah, the thing is, Michael is like queued up a lot of probes, but to be honest, if you're going to be focusing on microing something, it's better to queue probes than it is to like miss out on building things. Like, he honestly should be adding more gateways or something at the moment, but it's not the end of the world. And looks like we're going to have a storm drop coming in. This is part of the reason why I wanted the additional attention to be able to set this up, although for some reason he's going to bring a... I suppose it works against cannons, but I think rOuta is in a lot of trouble here. Okay, so here we go, the storm drop coming in. First storm does go down, getting a lot of probes here. 4 kills, 5 kills, 8 kills overall. And rOuta's probe deficit only begins to extend. The DT has actually stood here, but he can't actually do anything with it because it's just in range of the cannon there, I think. We've got another probe building a pylon, which I think is actually blocking his Nexus maybe. Although I think it's definitely going to be a close one. I can hear something being attacked, but I'm not quite sure what it was. Looks like the shuttle is going to survive. Go down here. What's up, Shoop? Good to see you, man. Been a while. Now, rOuta is not going to be going for a Nexus here. I thought he was going to try and get back in the game by expanding a little bit quicker. Looks like it wasn't blocking the minerals as I thought it was, so there we go. Now these two High Templar are actually in a position to be able to help try and actually defend against the storm drop. They can actually storm the shuttle as it's flying through it. I don't think shuttle speed was ever researched. Yeah, there's no shuttle support bay, so no robo support bay, so we're not going to have any shuttle speed. But because it's Blue Storm, I don't think we're going to see either player kill each other for a while unless this storm drop completely cripples rOuta. I think he's only going to be able to kind of stay in the game as long as Michael lets him here. But he could come back with an amazing storm drop of his own. That is one of the things that makes late game PvP exciting. Probes die so quickly to basically every form of harassment that Protoss can use. So it's kind of a mess of a matchup when you get both players with speed shuttles. But no speed coming in just yet. Looks like he is going to fly into 2 Dragoons. So this is a suicide mission. First storm going down, a little bit whiffed. But that second storm a lot better, and that actually ties up the worker count. But here we go, looks like another storm drop coming in. The probes are all stacked up, this is not looking good. Oh no! As good as the storm drop was for him, an Archon even being merged in the base next to the cannon. And that's even going to finish before it can die. Looks like he's going to use his probes maybe to fight. Yeah, so rOuta managed to fight his way back, and then just like that, it's all flipped on its head again. And I've just realized that the Lucky Noob didn't do any predictions for the previous 2 games, man. He's slowing down. He's losing his touch. Is this the end of Lucky Noob? No one wanted to bet. Oh, so you actually did the thing but no one betted. Okay, fair enough. I guess there's not many people in chat today, so kind of makes sense. Okay, now things are looking a little bit out of hand here. We've got a 50 supply advantage now for Michael as he moves across the middle of the map. His army composition is very, very good. He doesn't have as much storm. Yes, he does. He has plenty of storm back here, so he is going to be in a very, very good spot. Now, if rOuta can manage to hold on, we've got another nice storm drop coming in, but not killing as many probes as he did last time, but he does even up the supply count in workers again. But it's whether or not he can hold on to his 3rd base here, because this army is just too big. But he does have the high ground advantage, very, very strong in PvP, but is it strong enough to overcome the numbers advantage? There's so many zealots, so little time. Storm coming in from, oh my goodness. Absolute domination in the middle of the map here from Michael as he pushes forward. The 3rd base is going to be in shambles here. And rOuta taps out. GG. Michael takes game number 2. You turned on the betting at the very end. Could you imagine if someone bet like against rOuta at the very end there? That would have been funny. Well, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 3. Don't go anywhere.
DJ. Bet. Party. Baby. Oh yeah. Hey, DJ. Good morning. DJ. Hey, DJ, come on. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on, party. Oh, come on, bet. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Go, 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 go. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah.
Okay guys, welcome back. We're heading into game number 3 between pSi and Red. pSi are currently 2-0 up against the team they've not managed to beat so far in STPL history. And this man right here, holding his pickaxe, is coming to mine his way to victory here on Holy World. It is mitak. mitak, our Zerg player for today for pSi. A very, very cool Zerg player to watch. He's not had the best of histories in the STPL, only winning 1 of his last 10 games, but that was against the Peruvian powerhouse Terra. So there we go. Oh my god, why did I read chat at that moment? Incomplete just says, when you think of it, the dawdle is like Nelson Mandela. They were both trapped, but justice prevailed and set them both free. Oh my goodness. Why the hell? Why does that make me laugh so much? That's so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh my god, that's so funny though. Does that mean like people are gonna think that the dawdle is dead because they'll think they saw a funeral on TV? But like he's not, like they're not, the dawdle isn't dead at all. Is that gonna be what's happening? Like we're gonna have like a state funeral for someone else and people just assume it's the dawdle? Like are people gonna watch the like Prince Philip's funeral from the UK and they just think they saw the dawdle in the coffin or something? Like they just thought the dawdle was dead. Oh my god, to be honest, okay, I'm not gonna make the joke I was gonna make there, but either way, mitak, pretty good Zerg player. Let's have a look here. The dawdle effect. Starting us off for Red is gonna be MasterReY, aka Horotos, not LML. LML isn't even playing today. But okay, I don't know. Is it treason if I make fun of the dead royal family? I don't want to get put in jail for treason. But yeah, MasterReY, pretty strong Protoss player. Not played too many PvZs, only 6 of them, only winning 33% of them. But he is going into a very, very fun map. This is one of my favorite maps we've had in the STPL overall. We had some incredibly good games on this map. Holy World SE is the name. And really, really cool PvPs we've had here. Sorry, PvZs we've had here. One of the best ones is not in this list. It was like a 40-minute game where Pre basically went mass carriers like almost immediately. If anyone remembers the STPL Does video, there was 2 clips from the game in this one. I still remember that game. That was so good. But PvP, or ZVP even, is tied 5 for 5. There is a neutral command center in the middle of the map, and if you can get it, man, infested Terrans in ZVP are broken as hell. They are so good. They are so unbelievably powerful. One of the best CVPs of all time, played by Zero, aka Queen, was on this map. Very, very fun game, and the Protoss player like just got completely demolished by infested Terrans. It's part of the reason why they didn't put it's part of the reason why they never put a neutral command again in, because of how good infested Terrans are. Kind of crazy to think that, but there we go. Let's get into it. It's game number 3. It's MasterReY versus mitak, and it's here on Holy World SE. Okay, starting us off here in the top right hand corner, we've got rigged spawns. It's going to be our Protoss player fighting for red. It's MasterReY in the orange. And starting us off down here in the bottom left hand corner, it is in the magenta fighting for pSi. It's mitak. So one thing to point out is by the fact we've got these 2 spawns yet again, I didn't need to change anything in the overlay, which was quite nice. But the other thing is, essentially, even though we've had a Finnish player playing for Red. It's essentially Germany versus Bulgaria. pSi is essentially the Bulgarian national team. And Red are basically the main German team right now, so... Grass saying that LML and MasterReY are 2v1ing mitak. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got a gas trick coming in here. Maybe not a gas trick, maybe just going for gas. Yeah, he's going for gas first, so he's going for a very quick spawning pool here. Gonna go for a little bit of aggression. With 9 pool speed. 9 pool speed's pretty good on this map. A quick question to any of the Bulgarians in chat, like Rast or Lucky Noob. What is $20 in like Bulgarian currency? Does Bulgaria use euro now? I don't even know. Like, that sounds so ignorant, but I actually don't know. I know very little about Bulgaria. So, I want to learn. Teach me. Grass saying it's like to buy a hotel for us. Wow. Is it that bad? Is the like exchange rate that good? Apparently it's 32 BGN. I'm guessing BGN just means Bulgarian, but what currency does Bulgaria use? It can't be euros then, because... Oh, Lucky Noob saying lever. Or lev. Thank you guys for teaching me about Bulgaria. Grass saying if his team wins here, they're going to be buying a KFC for him and his wife. Exposed in chat. Oh, it's tied to the euro, so the exchange rate is constant. And apparently you can get a few beers for that as well. Nice. One drone did go down in the making of this production so far. Did get killed by the Zealot. Looks like a second drone is going to go down as well. So definitely not what we want to see as our Zerg player, who was planning to put a little bit of aggression, but getting caught off guard himself. Lucky Noob saying Grass will buy the entire KFC store chain in Bulgaria with $20. Okay, Grass has just actually become my favorite team captain. He said he'll buy me tickets to fly me to Bulgaria and have KFC. I'll do it. I love KFC, man. Here we go. Looks at the Zerglings getting on top of the cannons. A lot of the Zerglings do go down though. So only 3 do manage to make it into the main. But this is still a very annoying amount of Zerglings to deal with. They do get a probe here. But more Zerglings can come in here. The second cannon is likely going to go down before it can be finished. The wall is not completed. We've got probes being pulled up into the main, or out away from the main base here, but this is definitely looking a little bit scrappy so far. There's now 5 Zerglings in the main base, which is definitely not what you want to see as a Protoss player. Nice wall though with these oh my goodness, I'm having so much trouble with my words here. Very nice wall in with the probe and the Zealot. Abby love turned up in chat and says a German that doesn't know how to build a wall. Shocking. I've not seen Abby in months, and that's the first thing I've seen him say. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ, Abby. You can't come in here with like one-liners like that, man. It's good to see you again though. I don't know if you're back from retirement or if something's going on. Like, hopefully everything's all going well for you. Now, one thing about this map, if you've not seen this map before, there's actually a hidden third base behind your natural. It does have this like outsider style minerals, which are very easy to attack from the middle of the map. But you can actually just expand to the gas if you want to. And you do have a mineral only back here as well. So once you get your natural, if you can secure that base, you can essentially secure 4 bases. Abby saying he's stalking Incomplete and he plans on stealing his identity. Edgewood saying Abby retired from professional amateur Brood War and has come back as a full-time Twitch chatter. Okay, Hydra Speed coming in here. We are gonna have a fourth hatchery coming in. Interestingly, mitak expanded to the middle of the map to take the minerals, which means he doesn't have easy access to this gas. Now that's actually going to cause him some trouble because he will eventually need a third gas. Like right now he's just on one gas with 4 hatcheries, but when he needs gas in the late game, where's he going to get it? Because the closest bases to him is this base, which he can't get to the gas from, and also the base in the bottom left, which he can't get to either. So I don't know, that's also mineral only. mitak could be starving himself a little bit of gas unless he takes another natural, which puts him very close to his opponent. Now Citadel coming in for MasterReY. He does have his Stargate coming in as well, so fairly standard PvZ affair from him, although I will say that MasterReY is actually a little bit late on his Citadel. His Storm is going to be incredibly late here, which means these Hydras are going to be very strong. Rangers coming in here for them as well, of course. Can't forget your range as a Hydra player, because that's how you play Zerg. The one ironic thing about the news today, if you've not been following the Brood War news today, a user on Waigosu found a new form of carrier micro, which involves pressing S and H a lot. Now, if you know anything about ZVP, Zerg players often win ZVP by just going SH, 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 building a load of Hydras and killing their opponent. Now it looks like carriers are now able to use SH to win as well, so looks like gonna try and dive in on top of the cannons. Not really sure about this, doesn't work out too well, but does get 2 of the cannons. But will be able to take down the forge before he can finish making the upgrade, so he's gonna have to cancel this and rebuild his forge in his main base. Okay, so the wall is done, but the cannons are back up. Looks like the Berlin Wall is back on the menu, boys. Oh my god, this cannon is an assassin. It just one-shot 4 Hydras, what the hell? But there are so many Hydras out here in the middle of the map. If you didn't know about this map as well, there's neutral disruption web in the middle, on the sides of the pentagram that's in the middle of the map. Is that pentagram? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. It looks like probes have been pulled. He has to hold on here. There's so many cannons, but there's so many Hydras. But it looks like he should be able to hold on here. It's going to be very close. But the trouble is, there's just so many Hydras coming across the map to reinforce this. Please build a queen and get infested Terrans, though. That's all I want to say. No lair is up yet, so it's nothing but Hydras all day, every day. SH is coming in here to mass effect. We've got a lot of cannons coming in once again. MasterReY not really mining off of his natural, which is a big problem here. But if he can hold on, he can get a very easy 4 bases. So if he can hold on here, he can still come back. He is down in probes, which is definitely not where you want to be, but he does have Storm finally. He does have 2 gateways building storming High Templar at the same time. We've got double Forge. No upgrades as of yet, though. He's not really been able to afford them. Now, Invidentia saying you don't come back from 33 supply versus 53 in PvZ. You can do Unholy World SE. It's happened before, it can happen again. And it's because you can get an easy 4 base. All you need is some good harassment, some good storm drops, and you're back in the game. Yeah, Lucky Noob coming in with the storm emote that I forgot I made. But if you want to use that, you can use your channel points or sub to the channel. You can get the cool High Templar storming. Now, Hydras run into cannons, definitely what Protoss like to see. The very fact that there's... Okay, so Lair is done, Burrow is coming in, and so is Overlord drop. Did that Overlord drop first? Or is that speed? I can never... No, that's Overlord drop, isn't it? I can never remember the Overlord upgrades. That's Ventral Sacs, isn't it? So that is drop. I'm fairly certain. Speed is the one that... What does speed look like? Well, we've got Lurkers coming in, and that's going to be a problem. Looks like we are going to take an early third base for MasterReY. Going to take the mineral only. Incomplete says in chat that Bisa would be looking at female streamers by now. He does that when he's behind, doesn't he? Now this is a okay, you are not storming this army. mitak is just spreading all of his units. He's like, I'm not going to lose everything to storm. Lurker upgrades coming in. Slow drop lurkers on this map are very strong. Look at this, he stormed. Oh, look at this, you're going to storm 2 Hydras. One of them gets away. The Overlord's getting ready to come into a position for a mass drop. It's going to be very difficult for him to get across this water feature. But if he can get into the main base, then there is going to be a lot of damage be dealt, because there is no defense back here whatsoever. And he is not going to be able to scout this either, so... And I think he actually stopped on 1 Corsair. Oh my god, he's had to kill his own cannon so he can get out of his base. Now the issue is, he shouldn't be planning to try and leave his base, because he is not going to be he's not going to be leaving his base. Yeah, slow drop versus storm is not great either, because High Templar can just storm all the Overlords, but I don't know. If you do want to support this show match, you can enter the code STPL, sorry, Shinhan Show 1 to add 50 cents to the prize pool, courtesy of our sponsor MasterReY, a wonderful sponsor. They are indeed. Why is he killing all of his cannons? I don't understand this. It'd be better to just mass expand behind and then go for mass drops. Still no kill on the command center just yet. No hive, no queen's nest. That is Overlord speed. I remember now. I definitely got it the right way around. But no queen's nest means we are not going to have an infested Terran. And that makes me a very sad panda. But Lurker Fields being set out here, this is going to be the problem, because you can't... Essentially, MasterReY is never going to break out this base again. That is how this game is going to go. We've got a 4th base coming in from mitak, but MasterReY isn't dead. If he can hold on long enough and get enough shuttles or carriers or something, he can break out of his base with pure force. But he has to expand, he has to get his 4th base. And he has to survive these drops, because if he can survive these drops perfectly, he is going to be in a good position, but he has to wait. It looks like speed has just kicked in. No defense in the main base yet again, so going to be in a lot of trouble. There goes the storm at the front. The problem is the back. And look at this, the Hydra's dropping off here. That's actually going to stop him being able to take the base, as well as the mineral only. The storm doing a pretty good amount of damage at the front. But the trouble is, you are essentially against an infinite Zerg army here. And you will run out of storm, and you have to deal with these drops. So that's going to be a big problem for MasterReY, because if mitak wins this game, pSi are going to break their losing streak that they've had against Red since the very beginning of the STPL 4 years ago. And they're going to get their first win in the show match series. And that means that's $20 for them. There we go, we're going to have a drop in the main base now. There's not much here back to defend. You can't even storm now because he's dropped in your mineral line. And MasterReY is in so much trouble. He's trying to push forward with as many storms as he can. He does kill a load of units, but there's just so many units coming in from other sides. We've got a nice drop, or nice storm on the drop there. Some of the Hydras are going to get back out. Yeah, MasterReY is very far behind now. mitak could realistically have another 3 bases right now, and it would not necessarily be a terrible situation for mitak. He'd still have a big army. He doesn't have that many drones. He's only on 35 drones, which means his economy isn't as strong as maybe it could be. If he'd maybe had a few more drones, he could be closer to max right now. He has lost a lot of units throughout the course of the game, but MasterReY definitely not looking good. You know, we've still got forges that have only just now started upgrading 1-1. Oh no, sorry, this is 2-2, so he did manage to get that. We do have a lurker attacking something down here. Nice storms at the front. Nice storm on the lurker eggs, going to kill 2 of those. Oh, that lurker got away with death. How the hell did that lurker get away with that? It will eventually die anyway, but every time MasterReY tries to break out, he's being completely waylaid by the number of units. Now he does clear up the drop in the main base, which is good. mitak gonna leave some of his overlords up here. It's a shame he doesn't have any Corsairs, but does he have... Yeah, he doesn't even have Kadarian Amulet either, so he doesn't have the maximum number of storms you can have. Another big drop getting ready to come into the main base. Now he is not going to be able to catch this, and I think this could be the nail in the coffin here, but if he can storm those overlords, which he's not going to be able to, there are units popping out here which are going to help defend against this, but not if they're just going to run away. He has to fight with everything he has. Looks like he has broken out in the front, which is good, but it's his main base he has to worry about. If he loses his main base, it's game over. We've got an Archon morphing in his main where he ran out of storms. Servers being taken down here. The Dragoons pushing out into the middle of the map. Not really going to be able to do too much back here. Still no infested command center. Still no Queen's Nest. And mitak, he's not playing up for the show match here, man. This is a disappointment. But it will be good to see mitak finally break his losing streak here, as well as pSi as well, because they deserve a win. They've played since the beginning of Season 1. They missed Season 2, because, no, they missed Season 3 because they needed a bit of a break, but they came back in Season 4. They put up a valiant effort, but didn't win a match, unfortunately. But yeah, this is pretty much game over. MasterReY, there's essentially nothing he can do. He can't even expand at this point. It's 47 supply against 72. It's still a very low economy game, and if MasterReY can somehow kill all of the drones here and the base, maybe he can make something happen, but Hydras are just a little bit better when they've got 2-1 upgrades over the Dragoons. Hydra's finally getting it cleaned up in the main base. There are 2 lurkers morphing. The Nexus is survived. The Nexus survives. The Nexus is survives. What the hell does that even mean? I am so bad at, like, speaking now. I've been so long away from casting, I just don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Now, there we go, the lurker... Oh! He picks up the lurker. Why does he even pick it up? He could have killed the Nexus with it. Oh, I thought that was a storm drop, but it was in fact just an observer. All your bases are belong to us. Make your time. Somebody pass us up the bomb. Or whatever it was. That was zeroing, wasn't it? The English translation of that. Oh, that was a classic meme. That was a good one. Right, extra cannon coming in. One of the overlords is finally getting it cleaned up. Lots of Hydras as well as a drone. Could you imagine if he could come and storm this? Oh, that would be so good. Somebody set us up the lurker. Okay, here we go. Looks like this is going to be the final push from MasterReY. He does get a nice storm on the Hydras, but does miss all of the lurkers here. And I think this is bound to be it, right? MasterReY is playing valiantly. He doesn't want to lose. Does get another great storm on the Hydras, but... Abby throwing shade in chat at Quark for some reason. I don't know. Abby, did you make it into BSL Pro League in 11? I wasn't watching BSL really last season, so I don't know. I know Quark made it in though. Oh man, that is the luckiest lurker. Oh, Abby did really well. I was just saying, I wonder if you're being salty about maybe if Quark made it in and you didn't. I thought you were just being salty. I didn't realize you were just being insulting for some reason. But there we go, another big drop coming into the main base. This is bound to be checkmate. There's very little going on. The Nexus is still alive, but for how much longer? Eventually the lurkers are going to run out of stuff to attack, and they will just attack the Nexus. There we go. GG is called. mitak, MasterReY taps out. mitak wins game number 3. Now, he says pathing on this map is unplayable, but he didn't really leave his base, so I'm not really sure about that one. I'm not really sure about that one, but there we go. mitak gets the win. Looks like he's killing all of the base, so we won't watch that. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hey, oh yeah. Oh, baby. Come on, party. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Hey, come on. Hey. Wow. Hey, DJ, come on. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Too bad. Hey. Go, 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 go. Oh, party. DJ. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah.
Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 4. pSi have taken the series and have earned themselves 20 bucks. But this is going to be game 4 to round out the series. We always play all 4 games, and starting us off here for pSi is going to be MuKJa. We've not seen many of his games, and I've noticed I've saved one of the images. Not only the wrong way round, but also the wrong size, so I need to fix that. But there we go. Looks like we're going to have pSi buying some KFC, but let's have a look at their opponent. It's going to be the one, the only Reds Eriador, Liquid Eriador, Liquid Drone, if you know him by that name as well. A really, really good Zerg player. He does play PvZ, but we're going to have a ZVT here, which is one of his better matchups, although not so far in the STPL. He is only on a 37% win rate over 16 games, but he's played against some incredibly strong Terrans. The last 3 he played against were Medinio, Scan, and Kogut, and he actually beat Scan on Rosenbridge, so that's pretty cool. So let's have a look at the map we're going into. It's one of the more standard maps in the STPL. It was used, it seems, in STPL Season 1, used back in 2019, where we saw Medinio versus Willian. And that was a 13-minute game. It was the only TvZ we've had on this map, but we've seen Eriador play this map in the Clash for Char quite a lot, although this was a while ago. But can Red get their name on the board this series, or is pSi going to take a 4-0 sweep against the team they were 5-0 down against previously? Let's get into game number 5 and let's find out. Okay, starting us off here, we've once again got top right versus bottom left. We do have Eriador spawning in the 3 o'clock position in the orange, fighting for red. And his opponent spawning as our second Terran today. It's a miracle! But we don't have Terran music. It's MuKJa fighting for pSi. I just want to say a massive thank you as well to pSi for actually sending me a photo for all of their players. Really gives them more of a personality. It's really, really cool. I get that some people don't want to show their face off, which is fine. I mean, admittedly, given I don't use a face cam anymore because I'm too lazy to like actually take care of myself. And also I don't have enough room for a green screen, like not a proper one. I'm just using like VR green screen, but either way. We live and learn. We live and learn. So ZBT, very, very fun matchup at the moment. ZBT has essentially become what it looked like in 2009 for me. Like, if you saw versus Royal, if you saw Royal versus Soma yesterday, the games that Soma were winning reminded me of exactly what, like, ZBT used to look like when Zergs realized how to, like, mute a micro. And then they got really good at it in around 2009. Like, it reminded me of watching Jadong just completely decimate Terrans, because it was just Soma building Mutalisks and just ripping Royal apart. Also, Incomplete said you should use a green screen to put prison door behind you so it's like we feel back at home. If there's one thing, like, admittedly, the reason why I left that old house was sad, because essentially my mom passed away and he left me with enough money to be able to afford a deposit for 10% of a house. Sorry, for 40% of the flat I own. Oh, a 10% deposit for the 40% of the flat I bought. But I do not miss that flat at all. This new flat is so much better. It's so much easier to live in. It's never cold. I'm never freezing. I don't have a million bugs running around here all the time because there's gaps all around the doors and windows. It's so good. It's been 2 years since I've lived here. I've actually just organized a rate switch on my mortgage because otherwise they would put me on like the main full rate. It's It's so much better living here. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much living in a decent place affects your mental health as well. Because, I mean, admittedly, the big change for my mental health is not having to go out to work in an office and working from home. Like, that is like, that's easily the best thing that's happened. But, like, living here and being comfortable here is definitely good. We do have Lings heading out here over onto the map. We've got a 2-hatch layer coming in for Eriador. I don't want to make that person who sent me hate mail on Team Liquid angry for talking about my life a little bit too much, but they love it. Looks like the Ling's going to try and get into the main base, getting on top of the Marines, but some of the Marines get in the bunker, but that's not the problem. It's the Lings getting into the main again. Is this 2 games in a row where we're going to see Lings just running past the wall be the death of our player? Not too sure, but looks like Marine's going to come back here to try and deal with this, but the Ling control by Eriador, very, very good. Splitting up his Lings. Actually may have cost him the extra Lings there, but there we go. That's how it happens. Yeah, Lucky Noob is renovating a 100-year-old house, and he's been showing us like pictures and stuff. It's really impressive what he's doing. But his, like, what he's renovating looks so difficult, like, and you're doing it all yourself, aren't you, Lucky Noob? Like, I think you said you were not paying anyone for it, right? That's really impressive, man. You should feel really proud of what you're doing. Because just imagine how good that's going to feel when you're finished. That is going to feel so good. I would be way too lazy to do anything like that. And we do have a wall off here with this third depot. He hasn't finished it because he wants to cancel it. But to be honest, oh, he's got enough depots to be able to deal with this. Now the academy is only just now coming in. This is actually a little bit late, which is going to mean Stim and Range are late, and so are his... Oh, this is actually risky. His Stim and Range are incredibly late. The Mulists are already on their way. His Engineering Bay is about to finish, so he should have turrets in time. But he's not going to be able to deal with the Mulists with Bio. He's not going to be able to put any pressure out in the middle of the map. And that is going to put Eriador in an incredibly strong position. Now, the one thing about this map, you do have the ridge above your natural, where you can take a third base in base. But it's rough, because that requires a lot of turrets to be able to defend this. The natural's a little bit easier to defend. You can kind of put turrets here, and you defend all the mineral line. But even then, you've got this big chunk of space here that if the Mulists can get there, they're in a good spot. The turrets finish just in time, though. And that is definitely good. We do have lurkers coming in off of these 2 hatcheries. Third base coming up as well, so I guess the lurkers are coming off of 3 hatch. Very, very standard play here by Eriador, which is not something you see every day. But no turrets above the barracks means there is going to be no Marines going to be coming out here to help this. But some Marines and medics are going to come back to try and defend, but with no range, they are going to be in a lot of trouble. Stim isn't even finished yet. And these Mulists are probably going to win the game. There's very little Terran can do when you don't have Stim and range against Mulists, and when you get thrown off going Bio, you're in a lot of trouble, because he can't even defend his barracks. The medics are out of position, he can't heal his Marines either. And yeah, this is 50% of the Terran's production right now. He has to repair it. Looks like he is going to come in and repair, so he does hold on for the time being, but this is going to give Eriador the ability to do whatever he wants. Third base comes up with no problems whatsoever. This is what we like to see. Queen's Nest from the Queen King himself, it's Eriador. Zero called himself Queen, but Eriador has been using Queen since 1998. I'm fairly certain he's been using them that long. And he is definitely the best Queen user in the foreign scene, I would say, without a doubt. Range coming in, Stim finally finishes up, which does give him a little bit of an edge, but there we go. Edgewater saying he made Hydras is just for Hive. Eriador is likely to go queens regardless, because that's Eriador. And like ensnare against Marines is incredibly good. Yeah, grouping 10 meatless with 1 queen for increased vision. That was a good meme that I saw. But to be honest, that would actually necessarily not be a bad idea. And you can ensnare as well, and ensnare is incredibly good against Marines. So I don't know. It probably is going to be for Hive. Yeah, Hive coming in, but it would be nice to see Eriador to build a queen. It is a show match, of course. It's a money match, I guess we're calling it, but still. God knows what those drones were doing on the evolution chamber, but they decided to take a little bit of time for themselves. We've got a Lurker contain being set up out the front. MuKJa still stuck back in his base. Range has only just now finished. Now we do have a... Oh my goodness, he stims, sees the Lurkers coming into his main base. He needs like 3 bunkers here, and he needs them now. He has to defend his back line, basically. If you don't have like 1,000,000 bunkers, you will get busted. Now Eriador is not on top of these temples, they are stacked. The temple on the bottom will always take less damage because it only takes the splash. So it does survive, but Eriador, if he just attacks this, he will kill it. Oh, there we go. Another example of that happening. You do have to pay attention when you're breaking down the temples. And there we go. He's broken his way in. There is 2 bunkers up here. That's going to help him out, but he does need a scan and another turret. Looks like he is going to stim his Marines. The Lurker's getting in position. Oh, he's not going to deal with that. Oh, he gets away at the last possible second. Does get one of the Lurkers there, which is a nice move. But he needs to load up the bunkers and leave. Like, he just needs to load up the bunkers and run back with the rest of his units. Okay. Loading up the back bunker first is definitely something I wasn't expecting, but it didn't really matter too much. He cannot break this. Like, he should not be even attempting to break this. It's 4 Lurkers, it's a choke. Unless you're Boxer and you can individually separate the Marines one by one that are being shot by the Lurkers, you are not going to break that. That is the thing. You need to be like peak era Boxer to be able to break this with Marines. Or maybe Flash could do it, I guess, but like... I mean, Flash's micro is never as funky as like Boxer's was, so... He's got so many bunkers, but the trouble is he's not really getting anywhere with anything else. That's the issue he's got. He's not going to be able to take a 4th base easily. He can take a 3rd, but it is a mineral only. It is, of course, Bioterran, so it's not the end of the world, but I don't think he has any vessels yet. No science facility, so he's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Medusa is fun. I was going to put it in Season 4, but then I swapped it for Moonglaive instead, hoping that I'd get a really good TVT on it. And then I didn't. And I was like, okay, well great. I guess we don't get TVT on this map, when it's like the best TVT map ever, pretty much. Oh yeah, you can also glitch vultures over the temples. That's really cool. You know what? I'm going to bring back Medusa maybe in Season 5. Or it'll at least appear in a few of these show matches anyway. I do like watching games on this map, and when you see people actually do cool stuff like that. Nice scan comes down to see the thing that's going to kill him. Oh, he tries to run through the swarm, but oh my goodness. 1, 2, 4 Marines get out. These 4 Marines are all that stands between Terran and death. And this is rough. It doesn't matter how many bunkers you've got. If there's swarm and there is Lurkers, you are going to die. Yeah, Abby just reminded me of Fancy vs Jadon. Great game. Yeah, 3rd base coming up, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to his natural at this point, because it doesn't matter how many tanks you've got. Lurker under swarm. Oh, that's a good target fire. Oh, that's very nice target firing right there. He does manage to break out the first set of lurkers, and that's actually going to delay the attack a little bit. Nice spread, by the way, on the Marines here. And he actually gets another 3 Marines out of the base, but of course there is the Mulis flying around. But look at this, another swarm coming in. There's absolutely nothing he can do here against these units in the swarm. Yeah, this is mitak versus Ray. Oh my goodness, Marines running out on the swarm is not what you want to see. And there we go, GG, MuKJa taps out, Eriador gets red on the board, gets them a win in game number 4. And that's looking pretty good. We'll be back in just a minute to kind of clean up everything, so I'll see you guys in a second. Oh wait, before we do that, no, we'll do that afterwards. See you in a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here. I don't know what we're looking at here, but let's close that back to what it should be. I can actually click what I'm trying to do. Why am I having so much trouble clicking this? Like, this is just really stupid. 1 second. If you can't already tell, I put my VR headset back on, which is what the problem is. There we go. Okay, so we do have a 3-1 victory here for Storm. Which is something they have never been able to do against Red before. So we do have them coming in with their first win against Rev in STPL history. Not Rev, Red, sorry. And what a time to do it. They're going to get $20 out of that, maybe the $20, which is going to be used to either buy a hotel or KFC, according to their clan leader, is enough to spur them on to victory here. But a very dominant game wins in 1, 2, and 3. MuKJa falling to Eriador, but he is one of the better players, more veteran players in the STPL, so nothing too much to be said about that. Let's head on over to the camera so I can oh, this is okay. I give up with the there we go. Okay, so we're back. Let's jump back into VR for the final part of the stream. Thank you everyone who tuned in. I think I'm probably not even appearing on the camera yet because the pre-camera thing is like 15 seconds long, which is a little bit long. Got to figure that out. But thank you once again for tuning in, everyone. It's been great fun being able to cast for you again. My voice is a little bit tired though. because I genuinely haven't done this in a very long time, so I need to have a little bit of a rest. I'm going to go chill out in VR chat. I'm going to go switch worlds, which is one of the best things about being able to do this in VR. I can just change my status, go move worlds, and go somewhere else. So that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you for tuning in to our first money match of the season break between STPL season 1 and well, not season 1. Where am I? I'm like way far back, but season 4 and season 5. Season 5 should be coming at you around September. We're going to have a lot of these money matches in between. If you want to support the money matches, please hit that link that just appeared in chat. Enter the code Shinhan Show #1 to add 50 cents to the prize pool, completely free. If you want to follow all the latest STPL news, please follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/STPLTV, and also sub to our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button. I hate when people say that. I just wanted to say it once. I've never said it before, so please forgive me. But the score was 3-1 in the end. That is going to be us. Our next money match is going to be DM versus Ash. It's probably going to be in 2 weeks' time. So if you're looking forward to that, keep an eye out on Twitter and Team Liquid for the up-to-date news for that. And I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Before that, actually, a while ago, I did say that I was going to do a drunk stream, because essentially people did, use their channel points to put it towards a community goal. I was going to drink on stream and play games. My stomach was playing me up recently, which is why I've kind of not done it. I'm now at the point where I can drink again. So maybe next Wednesday, what we'll do is we'll do the same thing, not Brood War, but we'll play some other games. Maybe play some Brood War Ladder. I'm not sure. I'll be drinking a little bit, because even though it's a work night, as long as I don't drink too much, I should be fine. And that should be a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Ow, I just hit my fucking... Okay. I went to do like a bow, and then I hit my headset on my mic. How clever am I? I am so smart. SMRT, that's me. Right, see you guys next time. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.